Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. Earlier this month, Vancouver police raided a trio of magic mushroom dispensaries that were openly selling psychedelic drugs like psilocybin, LSD, and DMT. Days after the raid, the dispensaries were up and running again. So how do these storefronts have a permit to operate from Vancouver Coastal Health and a business license from the City of Vancouver? Here to explain is my counterpart on the Soapbox Social panel, which you can find on CBC Radio's On the Coast with Gloria Makarenko every Thursday at 4:10 p.m. Representing Acumen Law, she is Kyla Lee, and this is Kyla's Court. Kyla, I thought that magic mushrooms, psilocybin, LSD, DMT were illegal, and now I'm hearing that they're being sold openly in storefronts across Vancouver.
They are illegal.
Oh, they are?
They
Okay.
are, yes. But like we saw with cannabis, if you remember back to pre-2017,
Right.
we had people who were activists who were attempting to challenge the law by openly selling these drugs and trying to essentially goad the government into charging them so they could bring constitutional challenges to the law.
So it's a protest in a sense.
It's effectively a protest. It's also grounded in the idea that a lot of this is being done for medical reasons, that there are legitimate medical benefits associated with the drugs, and so people should have access for medical reasons.
So these substances are controlled, they are quote unquote illegal, and yet Vancouver Coastal Health provides a permit to operate and the City of Vancouver provides a business license. How is that possible? It sounds like they're legitimizing the business or the protest, I guess.
Well, I mean, in a sense they are, in that they're allowing these people the space to operate, and it's not like they don't know what's being sold. But issuing a business license is more about meeting the requirements for actually opening a business in Vancouver, a retail store. You have to meet certain requirements under the bylaws, similar to the the province's health requirements. You have to meet certain requirements to be able to sell food or things for consumption. As long as you meet those requirements, they're not paying too much attention to what you're actually selling or attempting to regulate that. That's the job of the police.
Okay, so I guess where I'm also confused is the police raided these dispensaries and then a few days later they restocked and they're up and running again. So are they just going to get raided again, or is this is it going to keep continuing in a cycle? How does this work?
Oh, probably they will be raided again, but it takes times for these raids to happen because it's not like the police can just bust down the door and start seizing things. They have to have warrants, they have to have evidence, they have to make an application, they have to have a whole file put together to justify their conduct. Because if it's ever challenged in court, if they didn't do it lawfully, they could be exposed to liability both civilly and potentially under the charter.
Oh, fascinating. And before we wrap up, I just want to clarify, I know that we are living in a province where we have drug decriminalization. Does decriminalization in terms of personal use, you're nodding your head already, it doesn't apply to these substances, psilocybin, magic mushrooms, LSD, DMT? It doesn't apply?
It does not, no.
So you could be arrested for carrying less than 2.5 grams or just carrying anything of these substances.
You could be. And it's a bit of a weird situation because cannabis is legal. We think about plants and that being legal. And then hard drugs are decriminalized, but you have these ones in the middle that don't have, generally speaking, addictive properties, that don't have the same crime culture associated to them, but those are still illegal and not decriminalized.
It's like our drug policy is broken.
You didn't hear me say that.
Kyla, thank you so much. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, that's our show. Thank you to the Thais, Jen St. Dennis, Crackdown Podcasts, Garth Mullins, and my buddy Kyla Lee for tonight's show. Of course, this is VANCOLOUR, and I'm Mo Amir telling you that in a province where you can be anything, be colorful. Peace.